So welcome to Appalachian Forest National Heritage Area. We join together to celebrate the Central Appalachian Forest and the interrelationships between the forest and the people who live here. Historic sites, artisans, working forests, communities, and natural areas network together to offer visitor destinations, educational experiences, events, and recreation. Why are we doing this? To conserve and share what is special about our region, to network and connect across political lines, to encourage tourism and benefit our communities. We work from Allegheny and Garrett counties in Maryland down the spine of the mountains to Greenbrier County, West Virginia. Appalachian Forest National Heritage Area, or AFNHA, works in 18 counties. These places share related forest resources and history. We started in 2001 with a grant to West WVU Division of Forestry and Extension Service, who brought together a stakeholder group to create a forestry trail. The vision soon widened, and Appalachian Forest Heritage Area, Inc. was created as a nonprofit in 2003 and decided to seek National Heritage Area status. AFHA completed a feasibility study with over 120 local letters of support, which was approved by the National Park Service in 2006. But for official designation, all National Heritage Areas need a bill passed through Congress. Our first bill was introduced in 2013. It was finally passed in March 2019, making us an official National Heritage Area. We share the Appalachian Forest through exhibits and scenic waysides, forest hikes, community festivals, historic small towns, and unique natural places. These things and more are woven together to create the Appalachian Forest National Heritage Area. We accomplish this through broad-ranging topics that express what is significant here. The forested mountains of the Central Appalachians are a unique landscape. Part of one of the most extensive hardwood forests in the world, rare northern species are found in high-altitude glades and barrens. They mix with southern species, creating an abundance of biodiversity. Beautiful public lands are available for leisure activities, such as hiking, outdoor sports, hunting, and fishing. Foresters manage forest land for multiple purposes, including sustainable lumber harvest, production of specific desired species, wildlife management, and recreation. With the assistance of scientific forestry and public land holdings, the depleted forests of the early 20th century have regrown. Today, our forests are a significant source of livelihood, production, and beauty. A visitor can learn about forestry at our experimental forest and state forest trails. The forested mountain landscape influenced our history. Lumber harvested during the logging boom helped to build and fuel the Industrial Revolution across our country. We have stories of Native peoples, early settlement and transportation, of the immigrants finding work, the Civilian Conservation Corps, and more. We honor these histories by supporting historical societies, small museums, historic preservation efforts, and tourism to special historic locations. There is a strong sense of place in our region, resulting in unique Appalachian folkways and traditions. People use the abundant natural resources of the forest to create practical objects, which now provide inspiration for today's heritage artisans. Local pride in the rich culture is celebrated through the area's many fairs and festivals. AFNHA already works in multiple ways across our region, supporting partners and initiatives with shared goals. Our AmeriCorps members provide assistance to partner sites in West Virginia through their direct service. The AFHA AmeriCorps team started with 10 members in 2007 and has grown to up to 40. Members commit to a year of service with partner sites. Our AmeriCorps members provide assistance to partner sites, providing service and gaining experience in conservation, forestry, historic preservation, tourism, cultural heritage, and community development. Much of what AFNHA accomplishes is through supporting and engaging with partners, whether through AmeriCorps member placements, providing fiscal agent support, networking together through shared goals, and likely future grant programs. Our partnerships are essential in broadening our impact. The Appalachian Forest Discovery Center offers information about places to visit in AFNHA and showcases us with a permanent exhibit exploring our themes. Rotating exhibits go into more depth. Our current exhibit showcases public lands in our area, including the centennial of the Monongahela National Forest. The Discovery Center is open Thursday through Sunday, May through October, and is located on the first floor of the Darden Mill in Elkins. In 2019, we achieved a major milestone as we were designated through Congress as a National Heritage Area. What does that mean for the future of the Appalachian Forest? Our designation was part of the Dingell Public Lands Bill in March 2019. Our designation effort was led by Senator Manchin and Congressman McKinley, with co-sponsor support from every one of our Maryland and West Virginia legislators. A National Heritage Area is a special place where people and land have had an impact on each other for a very long time. As much as a place, it's a strategy. Collaborative conservation on a landscape level using shared heritage as a platform for action. Heritage areas such as AFHA was before designation, and state heritage areas like in Maryland collaborate with communities to make heritage relevant to local interests and needs. National designation brings us increased visibility and capacity. We are one of 3 national heritage areas in West Virginia and one of 3 in Maryland. We are also near rivers of steel around Pittsburgh and a number of others in Pennsylvania. There are now 55 national heritage areas all across the country. We're one of the 6 newest from the 2019 designation. National Heritage Area designation gives us national recognition, promotion, funding, and assistance from the National Park Service. We will develop a management plan to guide how our partnerships, goals, and strategies will function moving forward. National Heritage Area designation does not create new federal land ownership, new zoning or regulations, and does not change land management for private or public land. We do not impact any individuals or groups who do not wish to participate, as we only work with willing partners. NHAs are not national park units. Rather, the National Park Service provides technical assistance, distributes matching federal funds, and partners with NHA entities. NHAs vary in their emphasis and activities, and it's not necessary to do all of these, but these are some of the most common types of activities. We'll look at a few examples of them from NHAs around the country. Historic preservation can be direct restoration projects or through supporting partners. Many NHAs have grant programs to help achieve goals, such as historic preservation projects in their region. Thematic trails that link stories, such as these craft and music trails from the Blue Ridge, help provide cultural conservation. Towns that these trails go through have concentrations of artisan and music activities, bringing visitors. Oral history projects, such as this one from the Mississippi Delta, help to document and maintain important cultural traditions and history. A number of NHAs are focused around or help develop land or water trails. They also can support ecosystem conservation. As an example, NHAs across the country are participating in pollinator initiatives to help raise awareness and support and promote projects that protect pollinators. Appalachian Forest is launching this initiative here and seeking partners to sign on to our pollinator resolution. We will then help build public awareness and promote projects such as pollinator gardens and native areas. An example of heritage education projects for K-12 students is the SOAR program, Students Open to Aviation Research at National Aviation in Ohio. Journey Through Hallowed Ground also offers intensive youth education programs. Interpretation for broader audiences can include signs, exhibits, or tours. These are some examples from AFNHA. Tourism is an important focus for us, and silos and smokestacks in Iowa may be a good model for us as another large rural area with a tourism focus. They network 117 partners across 37 counties and work closely with the U.S. Department of Agriculture. These are some examples of economic development projects in Wheeling, where the partnerships leveraged by Wheeling National Heritage Area have helped make it happen. AFNHA is now developing our management plan to guide our future as a National Heritage Area. We invite our stakeholders to get involved and help with this plan. The management plan is really a strategic and operational plan. It will set our priorities, guide our activities, and address operations and sustainability going forward. Public and partner input and involvement is essential to developing a plan that will serve us all. As soon as we were designated, we started to reach out to our stakeholders, including at the spring 2019 meeting in Kaiser that a lot of our stakeholders attended, and a follow-up meeting in August of that year. But this was all before we had any NPS funding, so before our consultants were officially involved. As soon as we got that funding, COVID hit. So the majority of our outreach this past year has been virtual. By late summer, the consultants were able to arrange to visit the area, including visits to sites in many of our counties. We've also been working with the planning team and task groups on a lot of the detail that goes into the plan, and we need ongoing help with tasks like asset lists and outreach. Coming up this summer, we'll be pulling all this together, and with stakeholder involvement, looking at recommendations and priorities for the plan. We are particularly looking for participation in 2 upcoming meetings. We're going to hold our second public meeting. This will be virtual on May 17th. This will include the consultants' report from the first year of work and a chance to meet our consultant team, including Nancy Morgan and Augie Carlino, who are leading the team. Then in July, we are planning our planning exchange camp, which will be held in person. We're going to do this at Camp Pioneer here in Randolph County, where we'll have the opportunity to gather in small groups, outdoors or in large rooms, to share and exchange ideas that will guide the recommendations for the plan. So that's July 26th. For those who want to be involved in more detail, we'll also have several task group meetings this summer, and we invite you to join in. So the easiest way to get involved and know what's happening next is to make sure you're on our newsletter list. You can email Lucas at planning@afnha.org and let us know how you're interested in helping. People can also sign up through our website and fill out a survey of what they care about. Once on our list, you'll get information about our public meetings, topic task groups, and other ways you can participate in the management plan and let us know what matters to you. So please help tell people about Appalachian Forest National Heritage Area and help extend the reach of supporting forest heritage. Share the word about the 101 sessions like this offered in the coming weeks, and try to involve more people in what we're doing. Follow us on social media and share our story. We welcome you as a stakeholder in Appalachian Forest National Heritage Area. Okay, now we can talk.